All right, on the mat, we got the new Sig Romeo MSR Gen2. So this is the second generation of this red dot sight. This one you can get in red or green. This is the green one we're looking at here. And I'm just gonna go over a few things about it, and then I'll kind of give you some opinions on the sight. So it is the green dot. It's got the 2 MOA dot. To me, that's a really good size dot for a rifle. A lot of pistol dots are a little bigger, but rifle dots, 2, maybe 3 MOA is a good size on the dot. You got a 20mm lens. And as you can see, it's pretty clear. I think I got something on it, probably some fingerprints or something, making it look like a little bit of a glare or something. But it's clear. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring this in just to give it some contrast on that black. As you can see though, it's clear when you look through it. I'll turn it on, but it's gonna be hard to pick it up here in the camera the right way. See if we can focus a little bit. But that's it. It looks a lot bigger right here. I'm looking at it on the camera. It looks a lot bigger than it does through your eye. So don't really pay that any mind. On their website, it's got it at 5.7 ounces. Now that does include the mount with that. I weighed it, I got 5.6. So right around that, a little bit lighter, 0.1 ounce. That doesn't matter, but at least it, the weight on the website is including that mount that does come with it. Speaking of the mount, it's a 1.4 inch on the height. It's an absolute co-witness on an AR-15 platform. When I put this one on AR-15, it seemed like it was in the perfect spot for absolute co-witness, and when I throw my head down on the stock and look through, it's exactly right through where I would look through for my backup iron sights, and the dot rests on top of that front post. But keeping both eyes open, you don't really notice the post. You just see the dot out there, you know, hovering on whatever you're looking at. So that's not a big deal if you have a front sight base. If you have flip ups, you know, run the flip ups down, and if you ever need them, you can pop them up. But it is, it's right in line with the iron sights. This one has the 1 MOA adjustments. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. It doesn't say here, but it is in the manual. It has the 1 MOA. That's at 100 yards. So 1 inch at 100 yards is how much it's going to move up and down or left or right. That's both the height, vertical and horizontal on that. This one does not have the shake awake like the Romeo 5 does. There's been some things out on the internet about it, you know, having it. It does not have it. It does not shake awake. It does not auto turn off if you leave it on. But it does have the rotary here instead of the buttons like some of the other ones do. That's kind of just a personal opinion. If you like the rotary, you can see, you know, if it's off or what setting it's on. Unlike with the buttons, you know, you adjust them to where you want it. If you want to leave a sight on, this one will stay on. If you turn it on and leave it, it will stay on. It has a 35,000 hour battery life. That's using a 2032 battery. So you can leave it on and just change the battery on your birthday or every other birthday, because that's pretty good battery life on one. Of course, the Romeo 5, you know, with the auto shut off and shake awake and all, it would last longer, obviously, because it's shutting off and only turning on when you use it. But that's just another little electronic part that can go wrong or break, and then your sight's down. This is, just before I forget, this one is waterproof, and it's supposed to be purged. I did do a water test on it, and it held up fine. No fog in there, no water in there, so that works out. And that's just some of the specs on the site. I think it is a lot better than the first gen. And then you also have the second gen Romeo 5 that just come out as well. So basically, if you want the auto shut off and the shake awake with the buttons, the Romeo 5, and if you want a rotary dial and you want to just leave the side on, this one right here. Price wise, they're probably pretty close to the same, but you can find them cheaper than what they are, you know, MSRP. I'm going to go ahead and throw out one negative, and this is only a negative that concerns me and maybe not you. I have a pretty severe astigmatism. I do wear contacts. It is partially corrected with those contacts, but it's hard to get exactly the perfect correction with contacts. So I don't see a perfect dot out of this. I actually see a dot and then another dot to the side, which is really aggravating, but it's just how it is. And even if you have astigmatism also, excuse me, it could be totally different. If you have it corrected right, you could see a dot. If you don't have it corrected right, you could see something else and not the two dots like I see. You might see a starburst or, you know, a star looking thing or just some weird shape. It doesn't have to be the same thing I see. As a matter of fact, I let several people, some with astigmatism, some with just bad eyesight, some of us wearing glasses or contacts, and out of everybody looking through it, I believe only 2 people saw an actual dot, a perfect dot. And those were the people with perfect vision. So everybody with an astigmatism or with bad eyesight that wears glasses or contacts, we all saw something different through it. And I don't believe anybody saw the same thing. So just keep that in mind. Maybe look through one before you get it, just to make sure that you can live with that. Not a huge deal for a red dot, but in my case, having the 2 dots, that kind of throws it off, you know, looking through and you see 2 dots. If it's just a starburst or some weird shape, it's fine, just because you know, it's a red dot sight. You're not pinpointing things at 800 yards with it. So just want to throw that out there. I don't really have very many other negatives about it. I've shot some rounds with it on the AR-15 and it held up fine. It held 0, and the dot picked up good. The green's pretty bright. The green works really well if you're running a flashlight. Even running through a house with white walls, running a flashlight, that gets really, really bright. Sometimes you'll have red dots wash out in that. This one, with that green, it doesn't really wash out. In the daytime, still plenty bright. I did some testing. So on the dial here, when we were in the day, bright sunny day, I'm usually sitting on the 8, maybe 9. That's with full sun. There was one time I did turn it up because I wanted a little brighter out, facing some trees. The sun was hitting the you know, the tree leaves, which are green, and it was reflecting a really bright green. So I did turn it up to 10 that time. Other than that, 8 or 9 is pretty good for outside. If it's cloudy, you know, probably 7. Didn't get too many cloudy days to test, but I'm sure you could drop it down 1 or 2. And then at night, if it's dark, you can see the dot on 3. You can really see it on 2, but I would run it on 3. And then running the light out in like the field, I like the 5 setting. And if I was in a house with the walls and you're running a bright light, 6 or 7, just because you got that, you know, that light illumination and the reflectiveness of it coming off the wall, and you want it to be bright enough that you can still see it. But it seems to do very well in the daytime. Even with full sun, I know some red dots you have to really turn them all the way up. This one you don't have to turn it all the way up, even in full sun. And then at night it does pretty good. So just to throw that out there. Seems pretty sturdy, seems pretty slimline, not really anything to grab. The dials there are recessed in. That's nice, you don't have to worry about caps or anything. Real easy to change if you need to. And then, you know, they're tucked away, so if it did get hit or dropped, you know, it's fine. You have a pretty good bit here, probably about at least 1/4 of an inch from the outside of this bezel to the glass there. So if it did get dropped that way, it's pretty protected. And then on this side, about 1/8 of an inch if it got hit, you know, that way. Most of the time it's going to take the force on this area here, and that's pretty beefed up and all, so seems pretty good. Anyway, I like it. I really wish that the dot looked better, but that's my own fault, and I can't get any contacts that will correct it better. And in my experience, every red dot looks the same as far as that, or looks different as far as that goes. Some green dots look fine to me. Some red dots look fine. Others, I've had red and green just look horrible and give me multiple dots. This one gives me 2. I've had some to give me 3 or 4 different dots out there. Sometimes horizontal, sometimes just in like a blob. So that's just one of those things for me. I'm not gonna speak negatively of the site just because of my eyes, and I don't want you to take that in the wrong way. I just advise, if you do have an astigmatism, to test it before you get it, just to see how it looks to you. Anyway, I appreciate you checking this video out. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, comment them below. I'll try to answer them for you. And I give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you watching.